This video is going to be a tutorial for how to use Blendspace. So the first thing that you need to do is either use Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Firefox. The website does say, Blendspace does say that Google Chrome and Firefox work better and that you need to have an Internet Explorer higher than Internet Explorer 8. So if you're having some issues and it's not quite working for you, you can either look to download Google Chrome or look to update your Internet Explorer. You can come and see me and I can help you with both of those. So the website that you need to go to is www.blendspace.com, and this will be the first page that you get. You'll need to click on the right hand side where it says sign up, and then you'll need to sign up as a teacher. The students do the exact same thing, except they're going to sign up as a student, and you'll enter in your details there, and the students get a very similar page there as well, except theirs has class code. So if they're making their Blendspace for the first time, they don't have one for a previous subject, then you can give them the class code straight away and they can log straight into your class. I've already got an account, so I just need to quickly log in. You'll notice when I log in that I have quite a few of my lessons here. Yours should be blank. You shouldn't have any lessons that you've made so far. I have a few. To make your lessons, you need to click on the blue add a new lesson, or you can add and join another class. So say you wanted to be a part of another teacher's lesson, or for example the PLT session that will be running for this, you'll need the class code and you'll be joining the class by clicking on that green tab there and entering the class code. So the first thing that you do is click on the new lesson, and this is the screen that you'll get. You'll see lots of different boxes. You can click to add a title. Up the top there you can click here to add some text. You can add in quizzes. At the moment you can only add in multiple choice quizzes. The students will do the quiz, and it does tell them if their answer is right or wrong, and it does also show them the correct answer as well. So you can add quizzes in. You can search YouTube, Google, both images and documents. You can search OpenEd, Flickr, EduCreations, Guru. You can insert web pages. You can upload directly from your computer. You can use Dropbox, Google Drive, or you can insert a bookmark as well. So if you're on another website looking for something and you think that would be really good for my students, all you need to do is Blendspace it. And to do that, you guys should have a little tab when you click on it that comes up and says Blendspace it, and all you need to do is drag that up into the top row here, or you could Google it. And then there it is. All you need to do is drag that up into your bar at the top. If you don't have this, generally it's just a matter of right clicking and making some changes. If you need help, just come and ask and I can help you set that up. So when you know what you want, you've got your topic that you're wanting. It could be maths, and you could have your algebra lessons that you're wanting to do, and you're wanting a series of videos for the students to go and access, or you could be doing medieval history and you're wanting some images for the students to discuss, as well as maybe some YouTubes of people making costumes from that era or something like that. Once you've got your idea, all you need to do is type it into here. Hit enter, and this one here is all the searches from YouTube. I can preview it by clicking the preview button before I decide to add it. Just hit play and it will play the video for you. Once you've found the one that you want, you merely need to click on it. Click and drag and put it in the appropriate box. You can swap the boxes around, or you'll notice that that little trash can comes up, so you can put it into the bin if you decide that you don't want that one. You'll notice that I searched Wales. If I now go to Google, it's already searching Wales and it's bringing up all the Google images. Again, I can preview it, or I can drag it there. I can search the web for any documents, or WWF, National Geographic, all that stuff gets searched through there. I could search OpenEd, which is another very good website. I could search Flickr, which does pictures again. I can do EduCreations, which is an application that you can get on iPads to make your own educational videos. I could search Guru. Still thinking. I could insert, upload media from my computer that I want my students to use. Dropbox, I use Dropbox if I am, say, using a prac and I want students to have access to it. To say the image of the prac, I will take a photo of it and then upload it directly to my Dropbox on my phone. Or if I'm on other websites and I find something interesting, I'll do it that way. The other thing that you can do is you'll notice this little edit description at the bottom of each one. So if I click on that, I can tell the students what they should be doing while they're on their while they're on that activity. And hit done, and it's finished nice and easy like that. So to test it out to see what it's like for my students, all I need to do is hit the play button at the top. This was my first square. If I click here, I can add a comment and add that. I can thumbs up the activity that I like, and down the bottom here I can see the other activities that are coming up. So once I've finished with this one, I hit the arrow, it takes me to the video. My instructions are here telling me what I should be doing, and then once that's finished I can go on to the next one. What is important to note is that any videos that you embed will continue to play even when you're not on that square. So if I start to play this video here of the whale, and then I go to the picture of the whale, this video here will still play. So if you wanted to, say, have an audio of a text that you're wanting students to read, you could put the audio in here first by simply uploading it to your computer, doing it that way, and then inserting the text as the next picture. They can hit play on the sound, go to the next square, and then follow along with you. Okay, so now I need to add my students to my classes. If I go to the home tab that was up the top here, I can then allow my students to see or to not see the content that I've made. So if I click on this share button here, you'll notice that I've got some classes that I've made. We'll go through that in a second. But if I go to privacy, I can say who I want to be able to see that lesson. So it's automatically default on anyone, but I can change that to only people with the link and my students. And I can hop out of that. I can make my classes that my students can then join. So the class that you will be joining is this one here, and the code is MJUI. So I'll give you that code again later on, but that is the code that you'll need to join the class once I've added the content into that one. So in my classes, I can see my students that have added, I can see the lessons that I've added for them, I can see their class code again so that I can get it to them, and I can see all their usernames and everything like that. If I choose to go through this way here to add a student, it gives me the class code, the web link that you could put onto Compass, and it also lets me edit the student if I want to change their names or anything like that. I can change their password if they don't remember their password so that they can't access it anymore. So say they come in, they can't remember their password from last class, I can change that for them, or I can use this delete button and remove them completely. So once I've got my students, I've made my classes, I've added my lessons to those classes, and my students are now in those classes, what I can do is I can track their progress through that lesson. So if you hover over the end of those rows, the More tab comes up and you want to go to Track, and I can see how many people have viewed it, likes and dislikes, the comments, if anyone asks for help, and the number of quizzes, and I can funnel this down to be more specific to one class. So both of my Year 7 classes are accessing this one lesson. So both of my Year 7 classes are actually able to communicate to each other. So it's not just their ideas, but other students' ideas as well. But I can always change that, so I could copy and have multiple versions of each of my lessons and have one version available for one class and one version available for another. But I'm going to funnel my tracking down to just look at one class for a second. It does take a little bit of time to load, but that's okay. I know how many students viewed it. If I click on that, the green ones are the ones that have looked at it, the red ones haven't. Most of the red ones haven't looked at it because they've made multiple accounts. I can see exactly which squares they liked and they didn't like. I can see how many comments there are in each of the squares, and then if I click on it, I can see all the comments that that class has made. So again, if I chose to see all of my students, all the views instead of just 7A, then I'd see 7A and 7O together, but I can funnel it down to just look at the one class. I can see if any students are asking me for help with an activity, and then the quizzes that I've put into it. Most of the quizzes at the moment that I've done are post-video little short quizzes to make sure that they have actually watched the video that I've set for them. So obviously the ticks mean that they got it right, the crosses mean that they got it wrong. If I hover over it, it shows me the answer that they gave. I can click on it, and when it loads, it will go through that student's exact answers that they gave. So this is the screen that the students see once they've finished it. So it gives them the tick if they got it right, it tells them if they got it wrong, and also gives them the right answer as well. So you may want to do, say, the same quiz at the start of a topic and the end of a topic, and you have to realize that students will have access to the correct answers. So it's completely up to you if that's something that you would be interested in doing, or if you wanted to change your quizzes. I personally do different quizzes for different resources. So if I've made my own lessons, I've made my classes, I've shared my lessons with my classes, I've made the content so that only my students can see and commented on it. The other options that I have is to go through the gallery, and the gallery is just pre-made lessons that other people have already made for me, and then I could look to adapt them if I wanted to. So if I click on a lesson, I can see all of the squares that this person has done. If I use the play button in the top left, I can run through the lessons, and you'll see this one here is a web link that he's put up. So I can click that and it will open in a new tab. The YouTubes are right there, and I can copy it using this one here, and then it becomes one of my lessons on my home screen under my lessons here. So that, very quickly, is how you use Blendspace. Have a go, fiddle around with it, take your time, pick a topic that you're looking to teach your students, maybe not in the immediate future, but one where you have a little bit of time to play around and see what resources you already have, and see what resources are really easy to find on Blendspace as well. Good luck.